acknowledging that these students were early movers. We are in January. The program starts many months from now, end of July. They have time to their advantage. How do you think they should make the most use of that time to get in the right headspace, to prepare so that they can be as successful as possible in the program? I'm going to go Professor Rao, Reed, and Dasma Patra.
Yeah, I think that's a tough one. I think just by selection, the fact that all of you are here today so well ahead of time is in itself a good reflection that, you're probably going to be the ones that are the most prepared because, you're curious, you're here, you're already learning. And I think that trait is what will, make you successful. But yeah, I think that's what all I have. I don't think I have any wise words, but I'll defer to my colleagues here.
Mm. I still remember, it's been a long time for me, but I still remember the weeks and months before starting an MBA program. And it's a really exciting time. You don't really know for sure what you're about to get into, but you've probably, hopefully, will feel really good and excited about it. Um, I would say a couple of things. One is don't stress over the workload or that sort of thing. As soon as the school starts, you're going to be extremely busy with courses, with everything else going on. So get your life in order beforehand. Take a vacation, take a breather. If you're working, don't work right up until the day school starts if you can help it. That's for like full-time students. I know we have flex and others here too. But just take a breather and be ready to go because it is a sprint. And also think really hard about what your values are and who you want to be. As I mentioned before, there's kind of a socialization that happens in the program where all of a sudden everybody feels like, oh, I should be like others. I will share with you the term FOMO was invented by an MBA student who is also a Georgetown alum.
Yeah.
So the term FOMO was invented as part of MBA life. There's so many opportunities, so many things going on that having that ability to dig deep in yourself and go back and maybe develop a habit of journaling if that's not something you've done before, or write down some thoughts about what you want to get out of the MBA. Presumably those might be pretty similar to what you wrote in the essays and interviews, but just in case, like for your own purpose, not for the admissions team, like what is it you want to do with this program? What are your values and core values and things like that? And then don't lose sight of that when you get stuck in the vortex of that, especially those first few weeks and months of an MBA program. And if you are here in the DC area or have a chance to move here early, just show up for some of our events. Certainly our entrepreneurship events are open. A lot of things here are open to people. Just, dip your toes, start to get to know people and get involved and get a sense of what Georgetown's all about. I guess everybody has their different way of thinking about, like, do I need to learn about accounting or stats? Maybe you want to brush up on those things. Personally, I would say you're already accepted, so you're probably good enough in those things already. We'll teach you and help you figure all that out once you get here. So take the time before school to just kind of mentally prepare yourself.
Yeah, thank you. And my thoughts are very similar to Professor Reed's. I would say, first I would say, since I'm a data and quantitative and analytics person, I would say refresh your quantitative skills. So many of you would have had taken a statistics course or an accounting course or a finance course maybe several years ago, and you're a little bit off from it. And so I would definitely say that there are free courses in Coursera, LinkedIn, other places that you could look at, or bring out that basic statistics book and read through it. Because the moment you come into the MBA program, no matter where you go, I hope you're all going to come here. It's all about really that marathon that Professor Reed just talked about. MBA is a marathon. It is going to be 2 to 3 years where you really have to, sometimes you are running ahead, but most of the times you are at par, and sometimes you're running behind, and you really have to think about how do, if I want to make that work, getting that foundation off the ground is great. So I would say refresh your quantitative skills, please do that. The second thing that I would say is what what Jeff just said, which is really clarify your career goals. I mean, this is the time for you to really think about it and get into it. So again, it may not change since you have actually written your essays, but think about what you would really like to do, what would you like to learn during the program, and what do you really want to get out of it, as you know, as Dr. Reed has said, or Professor Reed has said. And doing it now makes it easier, I think, for you later on when you are thinking about what electives should I be choosing, how am I going to network, who am I going to be networking with, you know. So that's the second thing. And then lastly, I would say that you know, build some kind of time management habit, because I would say that the first thing that you actually need would be managing your time effectively. So if you are very unstructured, maybe this is the time for you to really think about what kind of structured or learning productivity tools I can use. You know, maybe how, you know, thinking about tools and skills that you would need in order to balance your coursework, your group project, your extracurricular activities. And for Flex and Flex Online students that are here, you know, you also have to balance your work and professional life, and more so, like, all of you have to balance this with your personal life. So thinking about those tools is actually a good thing, and bringing that into your radar. And then, of course, you know, sleep as much as you can, rest up, get lots of good you know, time with your family and friends, and really, you know, refresh yourselves before you come into an MBA program. I think that would be, you know, just some of the things that you would need in order to get you ready to make the most of this opportunity.
And get pumped, get excited.
Yes, it's very exciting. It's fun. This is going to be fun. As much as, you know, we are talking about, hey, you need to, you know, this is a marathon or whatnot. There's so many fun opportunities, so many social things you can do, so many ways in which you can create lifelong bonding and friendship. I mean, most of the students, that's what they say is, hey, I can reach out to these 5 people because these are my lifelong friends that I made in the program. And I think there's so much great opportunity for you when you come here.
Absolutely.
You can
Well,
also try to start a company.
Yes, of course. And that would be even better. I saw so many students that actually went through Bark Tank and got you know, and got such raving reviews and money, and they are very excited.
But if you have a few months between now and school and you're not otherwise busy, think about, like, what would you start? Maybe take some steps. Maybe you fail at it. Maybe it doesn't go anywhere, but you're going to learn through that process. And
Right.
and if it does have some legs to it, you know, you can work on it some more while you're here at school.